If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Maybon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the unflea market.
Attention, this is a tax service announcement from Jackson Hewitt. One mistake on your taxes can cost you boatloads of money. Stop by Jackson Hewitt and a trained tax pro will dig deeper to get you 100% accuracy, maximum refund guaranteed. Plus, you may qualify to get $50 on an American Express Serve card after you file with us. Hurry to any of our 6,300 locations. Jackson Hewitt, where taxes are less taxing. Minimum tax prep fee required for $50 gift, valid at participating locations. Terms and conditions apply for all offers. See jacksonhewitt.com for details.
Hello, America. It's Richard, H&R Block Tax Pro. This year's tax deadline is April 18th. That means 3 extra days to file. So the last minute just got longer. H&R Block offices are open early and late to get you every credit and deduction you deserve. Make an appointment or walk in on the 15th, 16th, 17th, or even 18th. Or drop off your paperwork and be on your way. What are you waiting for, America? Get in here.
Mobile Comic Con this Memorial Day weekend, May 27th to the 29th at the Renaissance Mobile Riverview Plaza Hotel. Get your tickets now for Jason Carter from Babylon 5. Buy your tickets at mobilecomiccon.org.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is David D. Squared with, hopefully, nope, he's not here yet. All right, guys, as always, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out our website at twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at twigradio, and the Instagrams, The Week in Geek. Now, I would normally at this time ask Brian how people could listen to this lovely show, but it doesn't seem like it's working right now. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk to our boy Skungy and his pick of the week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
You might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Not a whole lot, Dave. So, for this week, it's nice to be so in close proximity to you as well. I just got to say that.
It is pretty nice. So, hey, look, what are we talking about today, man?
We're talking about a game that gives me a headache and makes me want to break my controller. It's called Dark Souls 3. This is a game that's made by From Software. They're the people who have made the entire Dark Souls, or as they call Souls series, which was Dark Souls 1, 2, Bloodborne, not Blood Bowl, and Demon Souls. Basically, it's a game that makes you hate yourself and makes you question why you decide to play video games.
Well, I mean, you were saying that you were having trouble playing it because it's too hard, you keep dying. Why?
Because the game is too hard to play. It is too hard to play. The game is ridiculously hard, but it's one of those challenging games. People think that games have gotten too easy lately. they hold your hand throughout the game. They're generous saves. Back in the day when we used to play games, there were a certain amount of lives. When you were out of those lives, that was it. Game over. You start from the beginning. Well, you go through an area. You have a campfire that's your save point, and you try to go to the next campfire. If you don't make it to that next campfire, everything that you've done between then is lost.
That's pretty cool, though. That's kind of like going back to the old days. I mean, these kids today now have it so freaking easy where it's like, you could save. Oh, you moved 5 feet, save. Move 5 feet, save. I mean, kids today, like when they put out those combo discs where they got like 30 arcade games where it's like, insert another quarter to continue. Well, we used to have to insert a freaking quarter. And now they can just hit select to continue playing. I kind of like this idea.
I know, and it is a great idea, and it's a fresh new. It's the third game in this series, but what's really cool about it is that it is rewarding. You have to watch your enemies. You have to study them, and sometimes throw a curveball at you, and it makes you actually step back from the action and go, all right, what am I going to use to defeat this enemy? Am I going to dodge left? Am I going to dodge right? It's a fun game if you have the patience to let it be rewarding.
All right, so I'm not up on my Dark Souls. What the hell is Dark Souls about? It sounds satanic. Is it gonna mess with my child's soul?
Yes, it is. There you go, everybody. It is a satanic game. No, it's really hard to explain. You're playing because they've had 3 other games of lore to it. But it's very dark. You're playing an Ash Soldier, which raises from the dead, and you're trying to stop these kings who they're on thrones, and they've left their thrones, and you're trying to kill them to put them back on their thrones. So your currency...
You're not helping.
I know. Well, and I'm really not going to help when you find out that the currency that you use to upgrade your character and everything are souls.
This is an evil game!
But, and like I said, going back to that hard thing, every time you kill something, you get souls. Well, when you die, you lose all those souls. But they put them in a nice, convenient little place for it. So if you decide, hey, let me go back to get them, and you can go get your souls. But one of the coolest thing in this series is that you run around and you see these little blood stains on the ground. And when you see the blood stains on the ground, you press it, and it shows how somebody died in that area. So you can see their terrible mistakes and try to learn from it. But it's a really popular series.
All right, so real quick, platform and price.
It is on the PC, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation 3 for $59.99 of your hard-earned money. And it will be a hard-earned time. But, a lot of people like it, and it's a popular series, and this is probably going to be the last one, and it's a great way to go out because it's beautiful, it's fun, there's lots of new upgrades with your weapons, and it's just a great time.
All right, dude. Well, that sounds good. All right, it seems like we have our guest on the line. So, guys, stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
From the Legal Inc. Traffic Center, Fox Sports 1280, Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is still slow in the CBD. We've got an accident blocking the left lane on I-10 westbound approaching the Claiborne flyover. Delays are backed up to Orleans Avenue. We also still have an accident in the 2 right lanes northbound on North Causeway Boulevard at West Esplanade. Delays still backed up around Veterans heading toward the Causeway lakebound. And we also have some heavy traffic in Kenner on I-10 East between Loyola Drive and Power Boulevard. I'm Lisa Baque. Follow us on Twitter at Total Traffic NO.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
When Marlon Shirley was 5, he lost his foot. Today, as the world's fastest amputee, he runs the 100 meters in less time than it takes to listen to this. Overcome it. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life.
This report is brought to you by Go Auto Insurance.
This evening, we will see a few scattered showers around, but not going to be raining all evening with overnight lows in the low to mid-60s. Now, tomorrow for Friday, about a 30% chance of rain, so fewer showers, high of 77. And the good news for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, although we will see some clouds hanging around, it should be mostly dry. High temperature in the upper 70s, a bit cooler at night, 50s north and 60s south. From the Fox 8 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Bruce Katz with your Weather Authority forecast.
I'm Greg, CEO of Go Auto Insurance, and helping you save money on car insurance is a personal matter to me. Our goal is to offer affordable auto insurance to everyone. 504-254-3000. Come into one of our 47 stores or goautoinsurance.com.
Attention, this is a tax service announcement from Jackson Hewitt. Is your tax refund as big as it could be? Stop by Jackson Hewitt and a trained tax pro will dig deeper to get you 100% accuracy, maximum refund guaranteed for prices as low as $48. Hurry to any of our 6,300 Jackson Hewitt locations, including 3,000 in Walmart stores. Jackson Hewitt, where taxes are less taxing. Valid at participating locations. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid on tax preparation fees only and on no other product or service. See jacksonhewitt.com for details.
Hello, America. It's Richard, H&R Block Tax Pro. This year's tax deadline is April 18th. That means 3 extra days to file. So the last minute just got longer. H&R Block offices are open early and late to get you every credit and deduction you deserve. Make an appointment or walk in on the 15th, 16th, 17th, or even 18th. Or drop off your paperwork and be on your way. What are you waiting for, America? Get in here.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Unflea Market.
Mobile Comic Con, this Memorial Day weekend, May 27th to the 29th. At the Renaissance Mobile Riverview Plaza Hotel. Get your tickets now for Jason Carter from Babylon 5. Buy your tickets at mobilecomiccon.org.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate, will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
This is the Week in Geek.
Hail to the king, baby.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
Oh, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, dude. Hey, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show? I missed you so much, man.
You had to deal with me alone. Yeah. So once we're off the air, folks can go to Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for their smartphone or tablet and catch all our archives. You can also catch us on YouTube, iTunes, and FoxSportsAM1280.com.
Yes, and there's also links now on our sister station, WRNO.com.
That's true.
Boom, sucker!
I know. So, hey, let's get to our guest.
Okay.
All right, so on the line, we have award-winning and New York Times bestselling author, Mr. Scott Sigler. Are you there, sir?
I am. How are you guys doing?
We're outstanding, man. So I was so glad you can join us. So for our listeners out there who may not know who you are, and I'm sure there's very few, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a science fiction horror author, and I made my bones by giving away all my books as free serialized podcast, unabridged. I still do that every week. They're up on iTunes, so everything I've ever written is up there. There's 14 full books. Go to iTunes, search for Scott Sigler. That led me to having a big fan base before I was even published, and we finally put a book out in print it was number 1 horror, number 1 sci-fi on Amazon, and number 2 overall behind Cormac McCarthy's The Road. That woke up New York, and then I got a publishing deal out of that. And I've been trying to make cool stuff for cool people ever since.
Now, you're the first person to put out I'm going to pronounce it correctly, Podiocast?
We call them Patio books, and there were 3 people. We all kind of came to the idea at the same time. I was the first one to put out a book that was only available in podcast format because I wasn't published yet when I put it out. That was my method to build up an audience and show New York Publishing, hey, people actually like what I write. You guys should pay attention to this.
Cool.
And that everything went great from there.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I like you. These guys got like balls of steel right there. That's
well, I spent 12 years, sending out the manuscripts and going to cons, meeting editors and publishers, and getting tons of rejection letters. I still have 120 rejection letters in a file somewhere. And then what I discovered podcasting, I was like, okay, here's a way for me to show publishers that people like my stuff. The publisher didn't know whether it was horror or science fiction or military or suspense or thriller. They had no idea what shelf to put it on, so they didn't want to publish it. I was like, I'll bring you the listeners and I'll bring you the readers. Just print the damn book. And it worked out pretty well. And
are you narrating your own stuff?
I've narrated about 90% of the books that I put out. Almost everything you find on iTunes is me, but we've got so many projects and demands going right now that we've had to get some other voice talent to voice some of the books because that's 40, 50, 60 hours in a recording booth and editing, and we need to spend time writing.
I think Brian's fishing for a job over there.
Well,
the dulcet tones of local celebrity Brian Hill.
No,
he's got a sexy voice. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you a funny one is we've got the Generations trilogy out now, which is the first series I've written with a female protagonist, and she's the only point of view character, and she's 18 or so in the book. So I tried to read those books, but it just sounded really, really creepy.
I'll bet.
We went out. We got Emma Galvin, who is the narrator for the Divergent trilogy, and she did a great job on them.
No, it's fantastic. Now, speaking of the Generations trilogy, right now we have Alive that's been out for a while, and then A Light just came out on April 5th. And we managed to get a copy of those books. I read all of Alive. It was fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, and how did you come to write this particular book? I mean, it's got a really good twist in it. I mean, it seems like it's got some Egyptian, maybe Aztec kind of lore going on. I mean, where did you come to this place?
Well, it did come from a little bit of research into Aztec and Mayan mysticism, not necessarily the hardcore factual aspects of the religion, but more of the pop culture versions of them. And largely what it was is it's a very difficult book to talk about because, this girl wakes up in a coffin and she doesn't know who she is or how she got there. She thinks it's her 12th birthday. When she fights her way out of the coffin, she finds 5 other people in this crypt-like room with her, also in coffins, and they're all actually 18. They're dressed in schoolboy and schoolgirl clothes, and they're all beautiful and perfect. But 6 other coffins in that room have emaciated little corpses in there, also dressed in the same clothes. And none of these characters know who they are, how they got there, or where they are. So trying to tell people about the series has proven to be really difficult because I want the reader to be there right alongside the main character so you all kind of discover the mystery together. As to where I got the idea, I think the best way to describe it is it's Lord of the Flies meets Memento meets Kill Bill.
Okay.
And I can't even really say where a lot of the ideas came from other than I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Flies, but when you read it now, the responses of the kids in that book seem extremely dated. It seems like almost like an alien culture.
Right.
And I wanted to try and bring that up to date so that people reading this book would feel more, that is how I react, or that is what I would do in a situation where there are no laws, no supervision, no structure. And try and modernize that and then throw in a bunch of other twists as well.
No, and I thought it was an absolute roller coaster. I could not put this book down, and the twist is just great. But I have to ask, at the back, there's a so polite request from the author. Has that worked out for no spoilers? I mean, have people been pretty good about that?
Yeah, I fought really hard for that. I originally wanted that to be the opening page of the book. And my publisher they just didn't want it in there at all. So there was a big negotiation process. And they were like, well, the authors don't talk directly to the audience. I'm like, have you guys ever heard of a gentleman named Stephen King? He does it in every single book. And then they pointed out, yes, you're not Stephen King. And I said, that's a good point. So I was able to get it into the back of the book, though, and it has turned out to be fantastic. Because even people who don't like the book, and mostly people like it, but a few people who don't like it, the amount of respect from the readers that has gotten us, so that when people post the reviews, they'll say what they like, don't like about the book. But every time they're like, I'm glad the author mentioned to not do spoilers, because so much of the book is reveals and twists and revelations.
Right.
And putting that in there has led to more people being able to enjoy those developments for themselves without being spoiled.
Now, with Alight, and we just got this copy in, so I'm a mere 10 pages into it, and I apologize, but you're pretty busy around here. But, I mean, it picks right up. It's like almost, like the first book never stopped. I mean, where are we going in this next book? Can you talk about it at all without giving anything away? It's
hard to give anything away, but that it's safe to say that in Alive, not everybody makes it out of that book.
Oh wow!
They marketed Alive as YA, which I'm cool with, but teenagers are the main characters, and for reasons that are revealed in Alight and in book 3 alone, they just don't swear and they don't do anything that's really untoward, and that's part of the culture that isn't revealed yet, but. The publisher is like, we got teenagers, there's no swearing, great, this is YA. But it's a very adult book. There's heavy themes about racism, classism, status, about the loss of innocence, and there's some brutal scenes in Alive. And so the people that make it through Alive and make it to book 2, Alight, are put through another kind of grinder, and it's even more savage than the first book, and what happens to the kids in the second book is pretty difficult to process.
Wow. Well, I'm looking forward to finishing this up, and I can tell you, Alive is going to be our book of the month next month.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Woo!
So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, that's because I keep the schedule, Dave.
Oh, okay.
So we would be totally remiss if we didn't ask you, being that we're Fox Sports, if we didn't ask you about the Galactic Football League. What is this?
This is my labor of love over the past 15 years. It is a science fiction series that puts an American pro football league 700 years in the future with aliens playing different positions based on their physiology. So you've got receivers and defensive backs that can jump 15 feet in the air. You've got linebackers that literally want to eat you, 1,200-pound linemen of different races. I call it Star Wars meets Any Given Sunday meets The Godfather. And it's a huge metaphor for the racially unifying power of sport, something that I think doesn't get a lot of respect in Western culture. And it's also a ton of fun. So it's a hero's quest, and with the football league as the backdrop. Our main character is a quarterback prodigy, and he comes from an all-human system, and he wants to be the best ever, so he has to leave his backwater system and come out and join the larger civilization. But to play on those teams, he has to play with the other 4 main races that play football, and he's been taught his whole life to hate and kill those races. So it's a huge story it's a huge character arc for Quentin Barnes, the quarterback, as he has to get over his own prejudices and then learn how to build a team. Because in football, like most sports, people don't really give a damn what you look like as long as you can run the rock,
Right.
And it's been so much fun. We've got 5 books out. They're all available in paperback and audiobook and ebook. And I'm getting ready to work on book 6 here pretty soon, and that will probably close out the series. People can learn more about that at galacticfootball.com if they're interested.
Cool.
See, now I know where I'm going after the show.
So now I gotta. Oh, geez. So I gotta ask. There are a lot of properties out there like Blood Bowl or Guild Ball or different things. Are you looking at possibly a game out of this? Because I could totally see that.
We would love to have a game out of it. It has an insanely dedicated fan base, but it's not the biggest fan base in the world. Not like my books I've written for Random House or Del Rey. So as far as demand from the game companies, they would have to look at it as this is a really cool property. But right. It has so many interesting angles to it. If it was just on-field play, that would be fascinating. But because of the huge racism within the book, all of these teams have diplomatic immunity for their team buses to travel from planet to planet. So they can't be stopped, they can't be searched, they can't be seized, et cetera, which makes it ideal for organized crime to buy up all the franchises so that they can use them for smuggling. So now, I think the biggest angle for a game would be you get to be a crime lord of various species, and you have to put together the best organization, not only for the product on the field, but also for all the illegal activity and the contraband that's going to bring you the money to go out and win a championship.
Nice. And I noticed on your website you've got shirts for the different teams that people can buy, right?
That is correct. Yeah, ScottSigler.com/store. We've got T-shirts for the INF Krakens and the OS1 Orbiting Death, which are the two most popular teams that we have. But then we do limited runs of each team, and then when those sell out, those are gone. But it's super fun to do all the T-shirts for the different teams, and people love them. When we go to cons, we'll see just tons of these T-shirts. People wear them when they come to see me at conventions or on tour.
Awesome. So we got to wrap up. We're hitting a commercial. So where can we find you on the net besides ScottSigler.com?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Scott Sigler. We've got a great Facebook group going at Facebook.com/Scott Sigler. Again, go to iTunes and search for my name, or if you just want to subscribe to the podcast, just go to ScottSigler.com/iTunes. That'll take you right to the page.
This is Howard Cosell. We want to thank you for bringing the Kraken and the Orbiting Death into our show today. I'm sorry, I just felt like doing it.
So, Scott, author of A Light in the Generations trilogy. It's on sale now on bookstands. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate having me on.
Oh, yeah. Hang on for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys. You are listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. We put the fantasy in fantasy football?
We do.
We do. All right, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
From the Legal Inc. Traffic Center, Fox Sports 1280, Time Saver Traffic.
We still have some slowing coming to the east bank of the Crescent City connection, stacking up between Chapatoulas and Earhart, and traffic is still slowing down on I-310 southbound on the Hillbogs Bridge heading toward Luling, and still a bit of delay in Kenner eastbound on I-10. Watch for slowing between Williams and Power Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, call us 504-620-1000. I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is brought to you by McDonald's.
With McDonald's all-day breakfast menu, anytime is delicious breakfast time. And now McGriddles are on the all-day breakfast menu, so you can savor the sweet taste of maple baked right into soft griddle cakes anytime you want. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
I happen to work in a cubicle.
Hey, man, did you get my email?
Excuse me, Ted. I'm clearly doing something right now.
Well, sorry.
So the thing is, with iHeartRadio.com, I'm able to drown that all out. I get all my favorite music. All my favorite stations.
There's great lessons to be learned in football.
And none of Janice's cat stories.
You told me you liked those.
I lied. Download our free iHeartRadio app today or listen online at iHeartRadio.com.
Instead of brake lights and street signs, see the American countryside. Take Amtrak from New Orleans to Washington, D.C. or San Francisco for as low as $122. Go to Amtrak.com and see where the train can take you. Restrictions apply.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Mobile Comic Con this Memorial Day weekend, May 27th to the 29th at the Renaissance Mobile Riverview Plaza Hotel. Get your tickets now for Jason Carter from Babylon 5. Buy your tickets at mobilecomiccon.org.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Flea Market.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
This is the Week in Geek.
That is illogical, Ensign. Odors cannot travel through the vacuum of space.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Fascinating.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios.
Most illogical reaction.
Here's David and Brian.
You realize that the aim will, of course, be very crude.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared. How would Coast sell?
Oh, jeez.
So, like hey, I know. I want to read that book now.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Gabby Rains, who's listening to us right now. Hello, Gabby.
Hey, Gabby.
All right.
Moving on. What
the
hell?
Do you want to do this Battle Bin review?
I don't want to do it. You do it.
All right. Well, okay. So,
you have a funny shaped head.
Oh, jeez.
He does.
He does. All right, what are you doing?
So, Battle Bin, that's battlebin.com.
Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I should play the Rocky theme.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to come up? Maybe we need a little segment audio for this.
Maybe, maybe not. It's only once a month.
It is. So, the folks over at Battle Bin have sent us another box, and it's cool, man. They've got some really cool stuff in this or last month's box.
All right, so what the hell is Battle Bin?
I'm sorry. Battle Bin is a subscription-based service that provides mystery games in a box. You pay a subscription fee. Like if you just get one box, it's $30 a month, and then there's discounts if you go 6 months or 12 months. BattleBin.com is where you can find it, and you get games every month. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
I know.
So what are this month's games?
This month's games, they have Zombicide. Zombicide's a huge game, man. It's a lot of fun, and this is a little smaller package of it, but it's fully playable. It's a fully playable game. It's got miniatures and dice and cards and counters, and then Battle Bin has these exclusive mats that they get. We've had them before where it's like for card games.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But this one is for, it's like a little street section to play Zombicide on. So that's exclusive. You can only get it with Battle Bin.
So is it a complete game, or are these pieces parts that you need the whole Zombicide for?
No, it is a complete game in and of itself.
Okay.
But you can add it to your existing Zombicide stuff, so you can expand on it.
Oh, well, that's cool. So it's kind of like I could sample the game before I go drop $100 on the grand prize, whatever.
Exactly.
$100.
Yeah.
Is it really that more?
Zombicide, it has like 3 games and like 1 million expansions.
Right, yeah. So once you get in, it's way down the rabbit hole. But it's a good game, right? So there's the little miniature game. There's the Zombicide playmat. And then from the Broken Token, which is an accessories company, there's a little helicopter tray. So you can simulate the helicopter coming into the game, and you can put your figures in it and stuff.
Broken Token makes some of the best stuff for inserts in games.
I just want to go. That's the only reason I'm going to use it.
Of course you do.
So does this Battle Bin have a helicopter?
It does.
Oh, my God. Yeah. We're not giving this away. I was about to say, call us at 260-1280. That's 260-1280. You can have everything except the helicopter.
No,
I'm keeping it, 260-1280.
And that's area code 504 for anybody outside the listening area. Anyway, there's also, I'm not even done.
Jesus.
They have.
Hurry it up.
There's some acrylic tokens that you get, exclusive acrylic tokens that you can use with Zombicide or for other stuff. And another game, Card of the Dead, which is a little zombie card game.
Flores, pueblo los muertos.
And I think 2 to 5 players on that one. And it's just a little quick, short type game. You can play 15, 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
It's made by AEG. They're a good company.
Yeah, exactly. So so for your $30 investment, it's a total retail value of $63.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, exactly. So
right.
why wouldn't you get down on this?
I don't know.
So,
maybe they're crazy. We're crazy for giving it away, except for the helicopter. 260-1280. Now, Brian, you know what time it is? We got to do Top Nerd News. You are correct. Brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar at 5727 Jefferson Highway. And now, your top nerd news stories.
Oh, hey, we got a caller. All right, Skungy, what do you want to talk about first? Have you seen the Doctor Strange trailer?
Oh, my God, the Doctor Strange trailer. My heart goes out to Benedict Cumberbatch. It looks so amazing. Even though it's just a teaser, it's it's only 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute, but it's just amazing.
Well, and what's incredible to me is reading about the 3D experience. I mean, there's so many movies that are put out in 3D. My wife likes them. I go see them, but I don't get that much out of them. But this movie should be pretty intense in 3D.
With the whole ethereal plane and everything like that.
Oh, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
Really cool. I love the fact that you don't even see him in the outfit, really. That's such
just
a
at the very end, yeah.
Yeah, I here's my problem, and it's not really a problem with the movie in essence. It's that I'm introspective this evening.
Okay.
I haven't really read a whole lot of Doctor Strange comic books. From all my intimate knowledge of Doctor Strange is from video games and like Marvel Alliance, the
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance. A lot of my it's not really comic book related. I know of him. Sorcerer Supreme and all the catchphrases.
So let me take it way back. Right? Nobody actually read Doctor Strange. You just dropped acid and looked at the trippy, Jack Kirby-esque drawings.
I never did that. Are you admitting on the air that you used acid, Brian?
I wasn't born in the 60s.
Oh.
That's what everybody else did. He's saying that he didn't do that.
It looks like it should be fairly decent. I mean, I'm not like, oh, yeah.
No,
I'm not excited for it because I'm not a Cumber Beep.
Right.
I'm not a cummerbund girl, whatever the hell you call them.
Right.
So
Brian is.
I could either leave it, take it or leave it. I'm not overly concerned about it.
All right, that's fine.
But on the other hand, the other Marvel movie, Captain America.
Oh man, I have been watching too much of the stuff that's been coming out.
They keep adding these little snippets. There was that Ant-Man when we even posted it on our Facebook page, The Weekend Geek, that they took it down within like seconds. I mean, like the Nerdist posted it up. We reposted it. 6 minutes later, I go to watch the video. It's yanked.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did you get to see it before they yanked it?
No, I didn't.
Bastards, man. Well, they're showing a lot about this movie already. I mean, knowing Marvel, they're going to have a lot more twists and turns in it. But this whole, I really liked how they laid out Tony Stark and Cap talking to each other about how, well, what if this organization demands we go somewhere and we feel we shouldn't.
Right.
And I think that's going to be the crux of the movie.
It is.
And I think they finally showed it, though, because we didn't really figure out what it was going to be. I hate to bring it up, but like I didn't want it to be something really, cliche-ish, like, well, Bucky's my best friend. Oh, our name's Martha.
So
I didn't want Marvel to pull a Martha.
Right. So they weren't, because this movie is getting informed from the Civil War story arc that was in the Marvel Comics. Now, granted, there's some changes. Right? But basically it comes down to, Tony siding on the side of the government or the UN, saying that we need to be regulated, and Captain America saying no, we need the freedom
because the Ultron plan worked out so friggin' well.
Exactly, and that's very similar to what happened in the comics.
According to the Russos, the directors, when we talked to them at Wizard World, their thing was that it's more of an espionage film. It's more of a film that's going to feel like it's got a very deep story and not necessarily comic booky.
I don't know. With Marvel films, I just want to enjoy, not think. That's what, if I want to think, I go to DC.
But the Winter Soldier was like that.
I'm not even going to touch that, man.
Can't touch this. No.
Speaking of which,
no. All right. So Spider-Man, Sony, and they dropped the film reel or whatever the hell they call it. It was basically like a picture, Spider-Man Homecoming. So now we know it's called Homecoming.
So he's going to the dance.
I don't know. He's going to be back in high school.
He is going to be in high school. Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see. Nah.
So hey, we're running close to a break.
No, we're not.
We are, but I just want to get this one in there real quick because I put this in here for you. When it comes to gaming, the iPhone will always stop the competition.
See, I saw that, and I was just patently ignoring it because for some reason I think since you're a dirty Android user, and I love my iPhone, that you're probably going to, it's a trap.
No, so I read an article today that they've done benchmarks, and because developers have to develop for less equipment types, the games that come out, or the highest frame rate they can get is 60 frames a second, and iPhones always beat out on the benchmarks against the Android stuff because there are so many different and varied types of androids out there that the developers are not, developing for it.
Well, it's because you got all these little different Chinese and Thailand kids making all your dirty androids out there in these sweatshops. So every time you use your phone, Brian, a Chinese kid cries. I just hope you know that.
I'm not going to.
I just want you to remember that. I want you to remember that. All right, now finally, why the hell are we getting more Avatar movies?
We haven't even got a second one yet.
Why? Well, it's not just the second one, but how do you announce a slate of 4 more movies to come? Cameron.
Didn't we say everything we needed to say in the first Avatar movie?
That it sucked? Dude, but here's the thing, though. A lot of people loved it. I mean, I know a guy who every time I saw him, he was like, dude, when's the next Avatar coming out?
It was...
Like I'm the Avatar expert.
Much like Batman versus Superman, the visuals were great. So, and it for 3D, right? It was a good 3D experience, right?
Yeah, but that was about where the experience stopped. I mean,
you won't get any argument out of me. It was Pokemon or Pokemon. It was Pocahontas, in space. So
all right, and finally actually, there's 2 things I really want to talk about. I wanted to talk about Stephen Hawking, sending these little nanobot chips things into space to go find the or explore the Alpha Centauri galaxy. I really wanted to talk about that.
You just did.
Well, I know, but I wanted to talk more in depth. But also Star Trek, that they're going to be setting it right
before Next Generation, yeah,
and Undiscovered Country. So
I don't know how that's going to work out because they're really
fortunately they are going to ignore the expanded universe or whatever the hell they want to call it, or the tangent timeline that they've got now.
Right, I just know people are hung up on the whole streaming deal, right? That it's going to be streaming only. You have to subscribe.
I am hung up on that too.
Yeah.
All right,
well, there was a picture that was put up by Will Wheaton of him and Jonathan Frakes, and it was saying that a picture of them doing something that they can't talk about.
Well,
so
I'm sure Will Wheaton does a lot of stuff that he shouldn't talk about. No. So, all right, guys, this is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. When we come back, we're going to close out the show with a segment we like to call This Week in Geek History. Stay tuned. You're listening to Fox Sports.
Not a morning person? Yeah, me neither. So I'll make this simple. Bacon, egg, cheese, croissant-wich. You awake yet? Good. Right now at Burger King, get 2 hot and flaky croissant-wich breakfast sandwiches for just $4. That's 2 croissant-wich for just $4 at Burger King. Piled high with crispy bacon, fluffy egg, and melted cheese. And they're 2 for $4. Hey, treat yourself. It's the morning. Get 2 croissant-wich for just $4 today. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
The sizzle of a steak on the grill. The crashing of waves on the beach. And whatever that is. At iHeartMedia, we've harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Big or small, local, regional, or looking to go national, our iHeartMedia consultants are ready to help. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
Black Friday savings. In the spring, you'll find them now at the Home Depot. Right now, save up to 30% on appliance special buys, like the Whirlpool stackable front-load washer or electric dryer, just $548 each. Buy them both and save over $500. It's a whole new day for laundry. Spring Black Friday savings. Spring done smarter, now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. While supplies last, U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. Offer ends April 20th.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate, will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Mobile Comic Con this Memorial Day weekend, May 27th to the 29th at the Renaissance Mobile Riverview Plaza Hotel. Get your tickets now for Jason Carter from Babylon 5. Buy your tickets at mobilecomiccon.org.
Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Now back to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280 with local celebrity Brian and that other guy. What's his name again? David, I think. I don't know. David? Yeah, it's David. Okay.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with...
the murderer of the voice guy. Stupid voice guy.
Oh, I love
Never
the voice
did
guy.
like him.
And we still got Skungy. Hey, Skungy.
Hi.
All right.
He's still here. Crap.
Yes. And
Got to stop leaving food out for him.
All right. Are you ready for This Week in Geek History?
I don't know. Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Okay, let's do it. Whoops. You know what? Let's not do it, but say we did.
Okay.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future! Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Five Stones Media. Find them on the net at fivestonesmedia.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
All right, Brian, what do we got today?
All right. First thing on my list, April 11th, 1976. This is the trap, Dave. The Apple I, an early personal computer designed and hand-built by Steve Wozniak, is released at a price of $666.66.
I don't get it.
Well, it shows that clearly Apple is in league with the devil.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound right.
Now,
Steve Jobs was... it's the devil.
Wozniak says, that he liked the repeating digits, and it was 1/3 the markup of the $500 wholesale price is why he chose that number. But,
sure.
It had nothing to do with a secret pack in a bathroom at a Harvey's.
No.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that's where your iPhone comes from, Dave. All
From
right.
Satan.
All right.
I know you do. Your face.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What's next?
Next on the list is April 12th, 1985. Directed by Richard Donner and starring Matthew Broderick.
The Donner Party.
Mm-hmm. Starring Matthew Broderick, Rutger Hauer, and Michelle Pfeiffer. It's...
Oh, Blade Runner.
No, Lady Hawk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was the movie? Oh God, the one with the guy with the blonde hair fought the dragon. He wasn't a wizard.
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
I always get those
Peter
two
McNichols.
confused. That's it. I always get those two confused. But Lady Hawk. Yeah.
I can't read
It was
Lady
too
Hawk.
much of a love story, though. It was a love story.
But I can't read Lady Hawk and not think of Ready Player One now. So
wait, read Lady Hawk?
Read the name.
It was a book?
I did, read the name.
Oh,
just
the
see
name.
it, right? And not think of a Ready Player One because that's a big reference in there.
Yes.
So
we are living Ready Player One.
All right. Next one's for you without any traps.
Liar.
You ready?
You lie like a...
April 13th, 1997.
Come on.
Basketball star Grant Hill of the Detroit Pistons was interviewed courtside after a game against the Chicago Bulls. When he is asked what he thought of the victory, he replies, "Well, it wasn't as easy as beating them on PlayStation."
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I thought you'd like that.
Well,
little
I used to always play the Seattle Seahawks when I played PlayStation when it first came out. The Madden's like Madden 5 or something like that.
Right.
I always played the Seahawks because I knew the Seahawks would never win the Super Bowl. And then surely, they eventually did. So then I started playing the Saints, and the Saints won the Super Bowl. I've been playing Detroit for 30 years now. Detroit cannot win a Super Bowl.
Wow.
Just saying.
That's good stuff.
He doesn't know what you're talking about, Dave.
I
just
know,
wanna let you know that.
What's next?
What's next? April 14th, 2000. The heavy metal rock band Metallica announces that they have filed suit against Napster.
Oh, those bastards, man.
Yeah.
You know how much money they cost me? You know how many CDs and songs I had to pay for after Napster went down?
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I downloaded about 3 laptops worth of music before they shut it down. But
So you've just declared yourself a pirate over the air.
Arr.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but I destroyed those laptops since. And hey, it was the criminal element that forced me to download it because, dude, I used to DJ at the clubs back when I was on 106.7. I used to DJ at all the local clubs, and I had binders full of CDs, and some asshat stole them. And I mean, so all of a sudden I'm a DJ with no music.
Yeah,
sucked to be me.
I'll bet.
But then Napster came,
Yeah.
and then Metallica screwed it all up.
Oh, well, you know.
Stupid Metallica.
Got to pay the artist, man, or they won't produce anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They don't have gold toilets.
Starving artists. That's why they call them starving. What's next?
Next, April 16th, 1992. Since we're talking about music, Weird Al releases Smells Like Nirvana.
Dude, when is he coming into town?
I don't know. Did you see a tour announcement?
Yeah, he's coming into town, and
He's going to Biloxi. He's not coming in here.
I thought he was coming here, like the singer, the Anger say.
Really?
Said that,
He
I don't
never
know.
comes here. He always comes out of town.
Well, he should. I'll send him an email when we get off the air.
You do
Exactly.
that.
Or I'll text him later.
They're close. They're
What's next?
This one going way back.
You should have told me about that Week in Geek history memo before, so I could have put some Weird Al in the system.
Oh,
man.
well. No, but you never like me to tell you. So
Well, I don't, but this was a rare occurrence.
all right. Last one on my list is April 17th, 1397.
What? We're taking it back old school because I'm an old fool who's so sorry.
In the court of Richard II, Chaucer recites the Canterbury Tales for the first time.
I call BS on that.
The scholars
How would he possibly be able to recite the entire Canterbury Tales? That was a big book.
It is, but
I
you
gotta
know,
say another bad word. I gotta watch myself. It's a big gosh darn book, Mr. Held.
Yeah, but-
you could kill a lot of roaches with that book.
but you know, it's not like they had a TV. Chaucer was the TV, right?
What else
Hey,
is
it's
on?
Chaucer television. Da-da-da-da. There was a knight. There was a monk. There was some other people.
I mean, look, maybe it
One
took a
smelled
week.
of cheese. The one smelled of these.
Right. Maybe they did it over a week. It was,
One fish, two fish.
Right,
The
right.
Dr. Seuss of ye old merry England.
You're ready. All right.
Oh,
So
God.
birthdays.
All right, birthdays. Today it's your birthday.
All right. On the 11th, Trisha Helfer. She was number 6 from Battlestar Galactica.
The blonde Cylon.
Oh.
So ridiculous. On the 12th,
yeah.
What's next?
Alicia Coppola. She was the IRS agent Mimi Clark in Jericho. Yeah, she was in a few things.
Was she cute?
Yeah, I think
Is
so.
she related to the Coppolas?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. On the 13th, Ron Perlman.
Oh, wait, no.
Way to go,
Dude, he is
Dave.
the ugliest, most coolest guy in the world,
Oh, yeah.
man. I want to get drunk with that dude.
And war never changes.
War never changes.
Yes. On the 14th, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're going to use it again. On the 15th, Emma Watson.
Oh, my God. You see, I need something better than an oh, yeah. My favorite meme of her was the wizard boy or wizard, play wizard.
Play wizard.
Play wizard with her pretending like it was a Playboy, but it's Emma Watson. It's like the naughty school of Hogwarts. Woo. Clean that wand, Mr. Held.
And the last one actually is for our buddy Ducky. On the 16th, John Cryer, who played Ducky in Pretty in Pink.
Oh.
And Lenny Luthor in Superman 4. Happy birthday to him.
Oh,
yeah.
Why would you bring that up?
All right, guys. So, as always, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out our website, twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and follow us on the Instagrams.
Yes.
The Week in Geek. Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Spreaker.com. You can download the Spreaker app for your smartphone or tablet. We're on iTunes, YouTube, and FoxSportsAM1280.com.
Yes. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. So, check us out on Spreaker. For the love of God, follow us on Spreaker. We need the followers.
And the Facebook is banging, dude.
Yeah, I tell you.
Thanks to Ernie.
Cyber Ernie. Man,
oh,
I'm
man. He's
killing
it out there. So.
All right, guys. Well, as always, want to thank you for tuning in. And next week, we're going to have another shortened show. The Z's play again next week. So you won't have to endure us for very long next week. Only 45 short minutes will be burning up your earwaves.
There you go.
All right. All right, guys. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox Sports 1280 WODT New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.